And once they bought in, that was it.
I noticed a lot of influence on Brandon in that a lot of your things were personal on people's progress. You showed a lot of appreciation. That you're grateful for having these opportunities to help all these kids, and it had a different tone of very authentic, and you showed that you cared a lot about your students and the families. It was like an overlying theme of goodness.
Yes, sir. But it was something that you actually said to me. It's probably been over a year or two ago, if not longer. About what we appreciates. So that's always stuck in my head whenever you made that statement, and that's finding how that plays into what I do as a business owner, what I do as a instructor, what I do as a martial arts school owner, all this other kind of stuff, and then what my reputation is through my school or with me individually with the community and all. So it's just that statement that you had said, and it just stuck with me. I actually have it printed out and put up over my computer in my office. So
it's fun. I went to church this week, and it was almost the same type of theme. And then I actually used it when I put the post on Rainmaker yesterday. The more we celebrate, the more we celebrate about. More things we have to celebrate about. Same thing, just different words. I think Oprah said that.
Yep, absolutely.
That's why when I like to do meetings, talk about victories, because a lot of times when you don't think of things as victories, to always someone go, "Oh, this happened this week. Let me tell you about that." And so you start thinking, "Okay, I've done this, and that was good." So it gives you more motivation to continue. So it's absolutely true too.
Yes, sir.
We're going to see you this weekend.
Yes, sir. I'm flying out on Friday. I have to fly out on Friday, so I'll miss some of the stuff on Friday, but I'll be there Saturday for sure.
Okay. Friday's just evening, so if you miss it, I think Zach's going to do like an hour. But basically, we're just getting together at Williams School. So
okay.
The meat and potatoes and everything is on Saturday starting at 9 a.m.
I'll be there. I will be there.
All right. Look forward to it.
Yes, sir.
And our group on today, this is very, very cool. I'm going to share my screen. I started talking yesterday, and this is what Jason referred to the lighthouse. He tries to build his school and his marketing. Like he said, he's been doing this for 2 years, I think at least coaching, private coaching with me and with Mr. Frater before that. And he's had this lighthouse effect. And we talked about yesterday about the whole idea of lighthouse is people are attracted to your school. They know about your school. They know what you stand for. And Jason Smith's very, very family-oriented school. A lot of things that he posts on Facebook were just videos. Some were testimonials of parents, what they thought of the program, good pictures, emotional pictures of kids' faces. He wasn't really doing any marketing as far as trying to make sales on Facebook. It was just getting out to his community. So he's known as the kids' school. It's Trinity Martial Arts. He's in the Bible Belt, and he uses he teaches scripture as part of his classes. That's part of things. So he's really tied into the Christian community. He's done a lot of work in that area. He's done a lot of work with the school system, just like Kent Brown has. So he's become the lighthouse. Again, when you're a town of 3,800 people, there's not too many martial arts schools either. So, but people know if they're looking for certain challenges to be fixed by, and the parents just don't have the ability to do that, and they're looking for someone else to be an influence. They want to be part of that village that raised a child. Well, a safe place to do it and a motivating place to do it, and we're going to get results would be Trinity Martial Arts. So he's definitely built that lighthouse. And again, I just want to say that he didn't build that lighthouse in 24 hours. That lighthouse is continually getting bigger, but the results are also getting larger for him. Yesterday we talked about a few things, how to become the lighthouse. We talked about some special things for April marketing. One of the two big things that I talked about was supporting events in town that do Easter egg hunts. So when I say support them, you provide them with the eggs and their stuff and things like that. You set up a booth, you have prizes, you give away cotton candy or popcorn, and you do lead generation. Also, you have the opportunity in the springtime is to promote sports teams. So instead of saying, man, I can't believe it's kids are playing baseball now, they're not wanting to go to karate. Well, a lot of people do want to play baseball. So instead of fighting them, get involved in it, sponsor a couple teams. When you sponsor a team, it gives you opportunities. This gives you a chance to do a mass intro with an entire baseball team. So they can invite them to your school. They can just train for a day. You can give them a party. Everyone comes out, does a little training with you. You may promote the team. You may give water to the team when they have games. So you're building relationships with all these kids that are playing other sports, and hopefully when sports are over and they're looking for something to do in the summertime, they're going to think about your martial arts school or when school starts back in the fall. We talked yesterday, too, about marketing is an investment. When we say, I'd like to get a new student, there is a cost of getting new students, but there's also a huge return. So if you're signing up a student, if the lifetime is a year and they're doing $150 a month, that's $1,800 that student's valued. What would you pay to make $1,800? Would you spend $200 in marketing? I think most people would. So there is an investment in marketing. I hate to use that term, but buying students, yeah, you are buying students. You're investing either in rack cards, commercials, flyers, Facebook advertising, promoting the sport. Whatever you're doing, there is some type of investment. And when you start figuring out your budget, that should be in your budget. So you say, okay, what I'm going to do is invest back into my business, 10% of the gross, and that's going to marketing. We can see on the page where I'm talking, Sal Convento walking. One of the things he does is Peach Jar. Peach Jar is a email service provided by a company called Peach Jar. And what they do is they communicate with students of the school system. So Sal spends probably, I'm just guessing, $1,500 to $1,800, $1,000 a month for Peach Jar marketing. But that email goes out to 50,000 kids in the San Diego area. Now, Jason Smith just flipped over. It goes 50,000 kids. They got 3,800 people in town. Yeah. Sal's got a pretty big market. So that's one of his expenses. Each month he knows he's going to do that. But if he gets 2, 3, 5 students, it's still a great investment. If he can make $10,000 out of a $1,000 investment, that's a great return. Today, we're going to talk about marketing pillars. I know a lot of you have heard this. We talk about this over and over. But again, we get new clients into Rainmaker all the time. So I think this is a good subject to talk about. We talked last week, and I gave the analogy, which I got from Adam Kiefer. He goes, pretend there's a bucket on your desk. That's your marketing bucket. How full is that bucket filled with marketing ideas? So if we say I got this big bucket on my desk and I'm going to do the Easter egg hunt and I'm going to do a punch and lunch and I'm going to sponsor a team, well, the bucket's not really that full. You know, the bucket should be overflowing with marketing ideas. I got a couple of things. Now, why does the bucket have to be overfilled? There's nothing available for marketing that is just phenomenal for martial arts. But there are a lot of things that are really, really good. So we want to do a lot of good things. You know, some people say you're marketing with a net instead of like fishing with a fishing line and a single hook. So some people say it's not shooting with a single bullet, but it's a shotgun approach. So these are things that we can add to a marketing pillar. The reason I like this picture of the pillar is that pillar is strong. We've got to think of, can I have 4 to 8 marketing pillars? 4 to 8 things that I'm doing consistently. And I'm doing it, when I say consistently, every single day, every single week, every single month, this marketing is going on. So I'm going to give you some marketing pillars. Some you're going to like, probably some you're going to go, man, that's too labor intensive, or I don't have anyone to do that. Okay, well, that's fine. That's why we have so many here. First one I think everyone has is a website. The cool thing about people on this page right now, because you're Rainmaker clients, your website should be totally tied into Rainmaker. I've said this before, but you want to make sure that your website isn't just a website with a landing page of information, but it's a website that leads people into making a decision about doing a trial class. Once I make that decision, hey, this school sounds pretty good. These instructors sound well trained. These are the exact benefits I'm looking for my child. I'm watching this video. This video looks really cool. And I can fit their schedule into my schedule. Let me do a trial class. And then I can get in there. I can sign up for a trial class, give my information. I can choose the time I want to take class. And then Rainmaker's automatically going to send me a reminder. Things are going to get done. But that's a website that's going to bring you information. Make sure your website's up to date also. I go on websites and I see that we're having a holiday party. So I know these people haven't looked at their website since Christmas, or we're doing a back to school special. I don't know, either you're running really early or running really late on that one, but just make sure it's up to date. So making sure that your website's up to date, you're following up on your leads, you're making any changes when they come up, you're changing the different offers, you're putting a different profit generator on them, either for products or for your school or t-shirt. So you're using it as an advertising medium and actually doing business on your website. Signage. I remember doing this one last year, and make sure you have a good sign. One of the best kept secrets in St. Louis was Charles Jarnigan's school. He was on a main road. He didn't really have a sign. He had a small sign above his school. And that was about it. You really have to look for his school. Now he's got a beautiful sign. His windows are all done. He's got clings on his window. Talks all about the benefits. He has pictures of kids. I went by another school the other day here in Florida. They had those banner flags on either side of the school. So he was in a busy shopping center. But there's so many school places in the shopping center, it was hard to find. So he had these huge flag banners out in front of his school. We talked yesterday about having A-frames. A lot of times we're in a shopping center and you're going by, you really can't see the sign on top of the building. So having an A-frame in front of your school is a good idea. People walking by your school see the A-frame. And what you're thinking is, I've got a good location, I've got some good walk by, but it's not really a pillar because I'm not really trying to get people from the sidewalk into my school. So I'm going to put an A-frame, and on the A-frame, I'm going to put a sign that says, visitors always welcome. Instead of just having an empty storefront, I'm going to put a table out there. I'm going to put some of my brochures, business cards, because I know some people are going to see that I'm busy. They're not going to walk in, but they may just take some information. So now it becomes more of a pillar. If the A-frames are doing good, you may want to put them at the entrance to your shopping center, or if you're in a industrial type center, put it out by the road. But again, signage, banners, flags, A-frames, it's all part of a pillar. Doing rack cards, Clipper magazine, every door direct mail, some type of print. Print is not dead. Some people are finding it harder to get students out of free advertising like on Facebook, so they're going back to print ads. My son and I were talking yesterday. My son's the graphic designer for Get Students. And he was just talking about how he's redoing the site. So a lot of people who are kind of new into the martial arts school business aren't familiar with some of the terminology like rack cards, door hangers, and things like that. So he's going to make it a little bit easier. I hired Zach Siokas and Jerry Prince to come out to my school in Arizona because I want to get a lot of rack cards out. I was in a pretty popular town, Mesa, Arizona. They were able to get two guys in one day, get me in over 200 locations. So over 200 businesses in Mesa, Arizona had our rack cards. Now rack cards are just like a mini billboard. It's a cardboard billboard that people can take. It has information about your school. We call it offline marketing for online results. So people getting that, they're saying, wow, they have a kids karate program for summer. That'd be really interested in that. They go on my website, they read on my website, they sign up for it. So ad rec cards are just really important. In addition to rec cards being important, it gives you opportunity to build business relationships with other businesses. So now you have opportunities to do a promotional booth. You have opportunities to go in the store and give everyone in the store a guest pass. So now they're coming in and taking a class at your martial arts school so you can get a lot done. Every door direct mail, probably the least expensive way to get something right on someone's door. Every door direct mail, I believe, is still under 20 cents to deliver a postcard, and these aren't just postcards. It's like an 8.5 by 11 card. I know regular mail now, I think it's 55 cents to mail letters, totally crazy. So every door direct mail is neat. Cool thing about it also is that you can target neighborhoods. So you can actually target a mail route so you know exactly who you're going to. So I can't afford more than $200. That's cool. I'm going to let's do 100 every door direct mails to this neighborhood. And then next month when I have a little more money, I'm going to do this neighborhood. So you can budget that out. Referrals is actually a marketing pillar. A lot of people say they get referrals, but they don't really have a method of having students give you a referral. So we always have students that are enjoying your program, they love your program, they're telling everyone about it. We also have people that just do martial arts and don't tell anyone. So sometimes we need a system. One of the systems I like is for every student that signs up, part of their new program includes a VIP membership for a buddy. So they can actually bring a buddy for the first 30 days at no cost. So when a person signed me up, they said, well, part of your program includes you're able to bring a friend for the first 30 days. And the reason we do this is just so you're having more fun. It's more comfortable for you. In fact, a lot of people who bring buddies, their buddy ends up enrolling, but there's nothing about it that's going to make you sign up or you be committed afterwards. We just want to have your buddy coming in here having a good time. So every student you get, you have an opportunity of getting a friend in within the first 30 days. Having cards, it's easy for people to talk about your school, but it's really easy if they have a card. In fact, I have a card right in front of me. This isn't for martial arts school. This is actually for my church, inviting someone to services. I always have a couple of these in my wallet. If I meet someone, I give them a referral card. All your students should have referral cards. All your instructors should have referral cards. You should have a reward system. So if someone brings a friend into my school, they're either going to get a $20 gift certificate. It could be that, someone just gave me a referral. I'm teaching class. I go, Dave, can you stand up for a second? Dave comes up and goes, come here for a second. Dave, I just want to thank you. You just recently invited your friend Sal into the school. Sal came in. He loved the program. I just want to thank you because there's probably no bigger compliment. In fact, I know there's no bigger compliment that you can give me than referring a friend. So I just want to thank you by giving you this t-shirt, and I gave him a school t-shirt. So I'm giving him recognition in front of the whole class. He thinks it's a great idea. People go, wow, I know a couple people. I'm going to invite them to the school also. So have a system for getting referrals. Your calendar should be packed. Every week of the month, something should be happening for events. So the first Monday could be your buddy day, first Monday and Tuesday on your A days. That's always a buddy day. It's on your calendar. You're never going to miss one of those. Last week of the month, hey, next week's buddy day, I got to start marketing this. Parents' night out, hugely important. It's not only giving you some income that you may use for marketing, but again, you're having friends come in, buddies come in. It's a service for the parents. You're building up your list of names and numbers. Having a white belt buddy bash every single month. So you're having a white belt buddy bash for every new student that signed up this month. I was just talking to Charles Jarnigan. He told me he signed up 15 people this month. That's great. All 15 people should be coming in either this Friday or next Friday for a white belt buddy bash. So we want to make them feel comfortable. We want to introduce them to all the other new students. We want to make it a lot of fun. So maybe the person they're bringing in on the VIP card or any other type of guests from school, they're coming to the White Belt Buddy Bash. We do a little martial arts. They have some pizza. But it's a great way for the kids to get friendships going into school. We know that's really important. I mean, martial arts is fun, but martial arts is even more fun when you're training with a buddy. So we have the White Belt Buddy Bash. Another marketing pillar is parties. I have two here that you're doing birthday parties. Another thing you can do is most enthusiastic student parties. I was talking to someone yesterday, I forget who it was, and I said, if I was running a school and birthday parties was a pillar, and every single weekend when I had my school, we did 4 parties. But if I didn't want to be that ambitious, I can say, okay, every single weekend I'm doing 1 party, and the whole idea is to get 15 kids. If I get 15 guests come in 4 weeks, it's 60 people on my mat. If I get 3 or 4 of those joining, that's great because everyone else saw the school, and when they need martial arts, they're going to come see me. Now, if I'm looking at my schedule and all of a sudden I've got an empty weekend, I'm going to create a party. A party is a mass intro. So here you have a chance to get in front of 15 people, do an introductory class, and try to close them all at the same time. So my most enthusiastic parties, I'm going to get my students competing against each other, and I may have 2 teams. And we're going to see which team works out the hardest this week. We're going to see which team has the most progress or sweat on the face. We're going to see which team can yell the loudest and be the most sincere and the most intense. And then that team is going to be coming back on Saturday for most enthusiastic party. This could be a 45-minute, 1-hour pizza party to do a little bit of martial arts, and everyone gets to bring a friend. So if I have a class of 30 people, 15 people win the most enthusiastic party, got 15 kids coming in. If 7 and 8 bring a friend, those are 7 or 8 prospects I have that are actually taking a trial class. Same thing with promotion booths. Promotion booth is a table with a banner behind it, and you're going to be talking to people about your martial arts school. Now, where do you set up a booth? I don't know. I would just go online, put in your town, find out what events are happening in your town. See if there's anything happening. It could be a run. It could be a green market where they're selling vegetables on the weekend. It could be an art festival. Something's going on in your town, and see if you can set up a booth for your martial arts. I brought my kids to an event, not my kids, my grandkids to an event here in town 2 weeks ago, and it was called a Manatee Festival, and they were just, talking about how to make sure that you don't hurt manatees in the water in Florida. They had booths all over the place. I'm walking around, and here I see a guy with a mixed martial arts school. Go over, talk to him, and he's talking to people about his program. He was giving out stickers for free. Actually, they weren't stickers. They were temporary tattoos. He was giving away flyers. He had a prize wheel, which was giving free classes, free parties, different things. But he had a promotional booth. That was pretty cool. I didn't talk to him a lot about how many he does. But if a promotional booth was me, my marketing pillar, I would make sure I was doing either one every other week or at least one a week. When I had my school in Arizona, we had 5 different restaurants that I had deals with. And I told these restaurants that, a lot of parents don't feel like cooking dinner. They're sitting watching classes. They want to stop someplace and bring their kids. And they also like to socialize. They like to socialize with each other. Is there any way if I send the parents over here for dinner, and this probably would be between like 4 and 6 o'clock, they could either get a free appetizer or something? And just come in. If you recommend your students come, we'll be glad to give them a free appetizer. That would be great. Now, just to make sure that everyone knows at the right restaurant, can I set up a promotional booth and give some information about keeping kids safe in our area? So we had 5 restaurants, and we would just rotate. So I'd be at one weekend, or these are actually Wednesday nights. The next week, week 6, I'm going all the way back to the first one again. We signed up a lot of students. We did pretty good. I had this girl, and I gave her, had a banner saying 2 weeks of martial arts and a uniform, $29.95. Enroll today, $10. Save $20. And she would go out there and she would sign people up. She wouldn't sign a lot, but she would do between 1 and 3 every Wednesday. So that's 3 people coming in and actually paying her. I actually gave her all the money that she took in as far as the $10 for classes. So she was making her $15 an hour. If she sold 3 of those within, the 90 minutes or 2 hours she was there, she's making another $30. She loved doing them. But again, a booth is a booth. A booth becomes a pillar in supporting your school for marketing when you're doing consistently. The bakers in Arizona, I would say, are the booth king and queen. Both the bakers love doing booths. I think we're talking to, Tom Baker was talking to Steve D. Castile a few weeks ago when he was at my house. And Steve goes, where can I do a booth? And Tom goes, I used to go to shopping centers, and I'd find a shopping center with an empty storefront, and there wasn't a store there, but I would set up a booth in front of that store. if people came by and go, well, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm looking at different locations in town, and this is one of the locations I was looking at. I just want to talk to people about martial arts. He was telling Steve that there was one shopping center that had an empty store that was right next to a Subway, and he used to set up his table real close to Subway. People didn't know if his table was at the Subway or the empty store. So he did what it took to get out there and get his booth done. Outgoing calls. Talked to Shelby Ford over in St. Louis this morning. She wanted to make sure her marketing bucket was filled. She's going to start doing 30 calls a day. She already does email campaigns, but she's going to start doing her outgoing phone calls. She's got a list of about 2,000 prospects, and she's going to just whittle away at that and do at least 30 a day. The whole idea is for her to make one appointment before she stops doing her outgoing calls. Facebook ads, we've done that plenty of times with William Pierce. 515. 515 are 5 ideas we think about marketing that are current for the month. So one of the 5 for 15 for the month of April is doing the Easter egg hunts. So each month we're looking for 5 different things we can do for marketing that is unique to that month. Next, flyers, door hangers, stick-em ads. Stick-em ads are, if you have seen those sticky notes, you can have those sticky notes printed with an ad. And what we used to do, instead of doing flyers on cars, we just go to parking lots and we would take it and actually stick it to the driver door window. People could just peel it off and we'd just have an ad for your school. Door hangers were something we always did in the summertime. I used to get a group of teens, and they would have door hangers who just go door to door, like we see Sal doing a lot of times, and he's just putting flyers on the doors. The only difference between a door hanger and a flyer is that it just has a round circle on it that you can put over a door hanger. And demonstrations. Back in the day in Coral Springs, I had a really good demonstration team. I hated just practicing. I said, if I'm going to do a demonstration team, I want to get out and do demonstrations. So I had one of the moms take charge. Her job was to make sure that every month we had a demonstration to do. We would do everything. We would do libraries, because libraries always have groups on Saturday, and this way you can get to talk to the kids, actually do a demonstration. Do it at a school, do a demonstration, especially getting towards the end of school like we are now. They're always looking for having guests come in. We did a demonstration in the McDonald's parking lot one time. Of course, we did some big ones too for sports teams. But here again is, I have a demonstration team. Am I getting out into the community and showing everyone what we do? Am I going into a center of a mall on a Saturday? There's thousands of people in the mall doing demonstration there. Again, if you can make an assistant, you got to make sure that gets done. Again, my way of doing that was just make sure I put a parent in charge, and we always had a demonstration at least once every month. Kids loved it too. And now when we talk about your school being remarkable and becoming that lighthouse, what's happening in my school that people are so excited that they're talking about it? Well, if kids are part of a demo team, they're telling all their friends that they're part of a demo team. If you have a cool demo and people are watching your demo, people are going to talk about that. So again, you're giving a reason for people to remark about your school. So again, these are pillars. You may say, yeah, I've done that once before. You know, I did a birthday party. If you did a birthday party, congratulations. You're on you started it. If you want to make it a pillar, do it consistent. I have clients that love the idea for birthday parties, but they really don't like doing birthday parties. Well, you can train someone to do a birthday party. You don't have to be a black belt to do a birthday party. You can get a mom out there, an assistant instructor. She can get the tables ready and serve all the food. The assistant instructor can do a half-hour class. You can run a great party. You can make sure that you get their names and numbers and do an offer, but you don't have to be there. But again, it's a great way to not only get out in front of 15 kids, but to get paid for it as well. So I happen to like that one. So now you got all this. You want to make sure you train the team. Because again, I like the whole idea about training your team and rewarding your team for new students. I think yesterday I had mentioned that if your goal is to get 20 new students by the 20th and your team does that, they get some type of reward. That's great. What gets a team frustrated is if you don't give them the tools to get those appointments and make those new students. So all of these ideas are tools that you can train your team at. Now you say to your team, okay, the whole idea is our goal this week is 2 appointments a day. I want 2 appointments a day. These are things we can do to get those appointments. If we get 2 appointments a day, everyone shows up, you're going to get this type of bonus. So again, bonuses are really good, incentives are really good, but everyone needs the tools. Just like if you ask your students to bring in new members and referrals, well, you got to make sure they have events to bring their friends to. They have cards to give them invitations. They have to have the tools to get the results. Any questions, anyone?
On the when we're doing the pianos or type things like that, how do you guys feel about? Is it always a paid event, or do you think it should be done with some free ones?
Free ones.
What I've noticed is that, and it's just the kind of the culture that I guess I've built, I'll have a load of people coming to the free ones, but they absolutely won't pay for the paid ones. And
I don't know why they're not paying for the paid ones. Because
they're going to wait till next month when there's a free one.
Okay, I like to do free ones for back to school. I like to have a back to school buddy bash. I like to do a Halloween night out. I like to do a Christmas party and a school's out party. So there's 4 of them I like to do free because they're kind of themed. And because it's themed, it's not just getting one friend, but they can invite everyone in their classroom. My grandson does martial arts. He goes to a parent's night out every single week at a gymnastics school because they do it. It's $25. They don't really have anything planned. The kids just get to do stuff on the gymnastics stuff. They can jump on the mats. He loves doing that. It's 3 hours, gets my daughter out of the house. And again, he does it at a gymnastic place. He doesn't do gymnastics, but he has a great time. And one of the great things about it is there's not too much structure. So it's not going into a planned activity. He's got a lot of free time. People who do dodgeball always get a lot of kids. Dodgeball is fun. People who do Nerf gun fights always get a lot of kids because it's just so much fun. Those are probably 2 of the best. So if you do dodgeball, Nerf, and then have a free one. Dodgeball, Nerf, have a free one. You pretty much got the year planned out.
Okay.
Now, Dave, are yours 90 minutes or 3 hours? How long are they?
We varied it a little bit. You know, I had a couple 90-minute ones. I've had a piano pretty consistently since November, and we've had a couple. Just our last one that we really, really promoted heavy, did everything by the book, and I think we ended up with like 11 or 12 kids. Not even that, for a 3-hour, the Lego one, which was a killer. That's a killer idea. It was great. The event was just great. I know I had talked to Charles about the Lego one too, and I don't know why. Everybody says a great idea. Just a couple kids came by. It's like, is this one free or do we have to pay? Well,
you can decide on that. You don't make that much money on them where it's all of a sudden with 19 kids at $20, it's $380. I mean, that's not going to make or break you. Should pay for a staff member. But you are taking the kids for a long time. If you order pizza, there is an experience.
Yeah, we pizzas and treats and juice. We want to make it a great party, so we did. But we'll keep going with it. But I was just curious, about that because
I think it has a lot to do with marketing. If you're doing a Nerf gun night and you had, I don't know if you supply the Nerf guns, but you've had the Nerf guns hanging on the mirrors, and after class the kids could do a couple practice shots. So you start decorating it, and you and your other instructor start playing around with them and shooting each other and just make it fun. You had a big whiteboard at the front, sign up for Nerf night. You put like 10 names on it already. Then you have like 20 spots. So it looks like there's scarcity. I mean, there's a lot of marketing that you can do. So someone comes in your school, hey, how you doing? We're doing good. Hey, are you signed up for the Nerf gun night? Not yet. Well, let's get you signed up. And just say, who you bringing? Well, I haven't provided a friend yet. Who would you like to bring? Here's an invitation for them. I think a lot has to go in your preparation and marketing. Just guessing, because I don't really know how you do it, but I think that would be very important when doing an event like that. I have a friend up in Canada, Johnny Ahmed. He just sent me a flyer, a digital flyer. I'm on his email list for his. He's doing a masquerade night. So basically he's doing a Halloween type thing right now. It's just masquerade. So he have pictures in all these costumes. So he's doing a lot of marketing. It's not just like, hey, guys, we have parents night out. Parents, if you need a babysitter this weekend, come. It's got to be the excitement. I have a friend up in Long Island, Phil Theodoro. He started doing dodgeball, became so popular, he does it every single weekend. He gets kids that come just to play dodgeball that have nothing to do with his martial arts school, but the parents like to drop the kids off because the kids have such a good time. So I think you really have to hit on the fun factor and you getting excited.
Okay.
Any suggestions for Dave? I know, Jason, how you doing on your parent nights out?
So we were kind of in the same situation a little bit. It wasn't huge turnouts. So effectively, we kind of rolled them into free parents night out. But what we did, because we still want to make it a great party like what you were talking about, we charge if they want to have pizza and things like that. So we do so much per person if they want to have pizza, but the event itself is free. We did that this last time, and we had 45 kids here in all.
How would you tell the kid that didn't pay that he couldn't have a slice of pizza?
Well, again, it goes back to what Grandmaster Silva's talking about. It's all in the marketing. The parents understand that. So the way we done it is we told the parents that, hey, if they want to, we do ours for 4 hours. So it's a 4-hour parents night out. And we tell them, say, hey, if you want us to provide pizza for that night, then it's $5 a head, or it's pizza juice and treats and that kind of thing. It's $5 a person. If you want to bring their own, then they can bring their own, and you don't have to worry about it. It's like that, but it's communicating with the parents, not necessarily the kids.
So you're doing it about for $5 a person for 4 hours?
$5 a person, but that's only for the food. The actual event itself is free. Is what we did on this last one.
Okay.
And
I love that idea. I don't know if I would do 4 hours for free, Jason.
Well, in our area, it just goes back to our area with it. It was for any of our parents to truly enjoy that, they have to drive so far out to have a night out. So it was kind of, we're still testing some things with it, but we know that 4 hours kind of the sweet spot on the time frame of it. So now we're just trying to refine and build up the value of it, and then go from there.
Hey, yeah, I got to watch out what I say. You did sign up 80 people in 90 days, so yeah, very cool. I know Kemperon, I can't see him. I see he's online. He's got a big school in Tennessee. Oh, here he is. Kemp, tell us a little about your parents' night out.
60 people. I was in the same boat you guys were, but I started out doing it cheaper and just raised the prices. I make each one as extremely fun as possible. We do a couple other ones. We do a Avengers, where we have like different stations they go through, and then we eat pizza, and then we go back. And then we also have a Star Wars. Those are some huge ones that we had. But we also do the Nerf gun ones, and we do in March, we have a March Madness one, and we have a paper wide fight. So that's a huge deal too, because everybody remembers every March there's a paper wide fight. So we just have a different themed one every year or every month. So, but it's usually 60 to 70 kids, and I only have 100 students. So if they're not coming, they know they're missing out on all the pictures and stories from the party that next weekend.
Kemp, as you can see, Kemp's walking around. He's got a big school, and he's got a climbing wall in his school, which I think is pretty cool. So when we were talking last week, and he said he can do parents' night out with no agenda, and the kids actually love it because they get to just do stuff on their own. Also, those are bounce houses that you have to inflate?
That's the bouncy house that's plugged in. There's a rock wall right there. Just the mats get taken down. Basketball goals.
Also, they can play basketball there.
Yeah, we've got 2 basketball goals, an 8-foot on one side and a 10-foot on this side.
Very, very cool. So you get 100 students, you get 70 kids for parents night out. And you, because of the size of your place, you really don't have to do anything. That's like
no, we just turn the lights on.
turn the lights on. How much? Well, you said. So I think that's a really cool thing that you started a low price and then started increasing it.
Yeah, and we just made sure that it was so exciting and so much fun, and the parents really saw value in it. I mean, right now we're charging like $15 for 3.5 hours. So they get pizza, they get time. I mean, it more than pays for my instructors and the pizza, but it's like you said, it's just build it. I use it more as a camaraderie, making sure that they're a retention tool versus the other stuff. Very
cool. Yeah, that's a really good thing as far as the lower price going up because you're getting all the kids, they're seeing the fun. When my grandson goes to the gymnastic place, I think he pays either $20 or $25, and they can buy pizza at there. So parents put $5 $1 bills in an envelope. Each kid has their own envelope. And then if they want to buy pizza or soft drink, they can go over to the person with the envelopes, ask for $3, and then they can $3 so they can buy their stuff. So
we also have ticket parties. I don't know if you guys do the incentives like that. They come to class, they get a ticket, they get straight A's, they get 25 tickets. We have parties just for that. So we bring buckets of tickets out and they put their tickets in the bucket and we draw out prizes. They know they're coming that night to come home with a prize. I mean, out of 70 kids, we'll probably have 40 prizes. So it's a good chance you're winning something if you've worked that 3 months.
Okay, that's awesome marketing. So how long can they collect tickets for?
We do it about every 4 months.
Okay.
So we'll do your idea with the free party. We do the ideas with the theme parties like Star Wars, Avengers, and Nerf. But we also do a reward party where they've been working for their tickets for the past 4 months. They put their name on them. We bring them to the party. They put them in a bucket and we draw out prizes. And we give stuff away like Xbox.
Well, you just froze on me. Okay, I think Kemp was so excited he overloaded his internet. But that's a cool thing because now you get people coming in earning tickets, and so they're going to improve their attendance. If you had it for like the most enthusiastic kid in class, there's a whole bunch of things you can do for attendance. And when he said that if they get an AB honor roll, they get 25. I know a school owner, they get tornado tickets. A tornado ticket is you hold one ticket and the guy's got the whole roll, and you get to twirl so many times. You have 5 seconds to twirl, and how many times, much tickets you get can wrap around you, you get. That is so exciting for the kids because now they got to go because they have a great chance of winning one of those prizes. I love when we have meetings like this and someone just comes up with an idea. Kemp, you've been keeping that a secret. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. We're at 47 minutes right now, and it's kind of a long recording. Well, hope you got some ideas out of it. Jason, I'll see you this weekend. David, I'll see you this weekend. Good job, guys. Thank you.